So today is going to be a very exciting video. Today I am going to be showing everyone my Jo Malone perfumes. So I am going to go over those, but beforehand I did want to make a comment and say that it's very obvious that I did private all of my clothes and fashion related videos, and the reason for this is because my sense of style and my sense of fashion has really changed kind of drastically since my last haul. For quite some time I had been thinking about and debating whether I wanted to have more of a capsule wardrobe, more of a minimalistic type of wardrobe. And so one night I spontaneously decided to completely do an overhaul of my closet, and I donated about, I would say, like 70% of my closet. That's right, including a lot of the things that I had hauled. I returned anything that still had tags on it, and the things that did not have tags on it I either sold at like Buffalo Exchange or Crossroads or Plato's Closet, and what I couldn't sell I ended up donating. And that was, like I said, 70% of my closet. And right now I have what is called like holes in my closet, which means that there are some staples that I would love to have still, but for the most part I have gotten rid of a lot of my clothes. And so how does that go hand in hand with privating my hauls videos and my clothing videos? It's because those videos, they no longer reflect my fashion sense. So, you know, my style has changed into being, like I said, more neutral tones, a little more minimalistic, more of a capsule wardrobe, only because I wanted to have that kind of sense of predictability and control in my wardrobe, versus before I felt like so scatterbrained to even begin to dress myself. But now that I've kind of simplified and downsized my wardrobe greatly, it's so much easier to get dressed in the morning. I find myself having more inspiration to actually make up outfits with the little pieces of clothes that I do have left. And with that being said, I do want to start making videos on how to style leggings with like 5 different pieces of clothing, or, you know, how to make a bunch of outfits with 25 pieces of clothing. You know, like I want to start doing a little more minimalistic outfit videos. Not that there's minimalism at all in my life. I mean, I collect perfumes, I haul perfumes, I will not stop hauling perfume. That's not something that's gonna change. But the clothing aspects of my channel have changed, and they will change in the future. I just felt the need to talk about it because those videos just like disappeared, and I didn't want to pretend like they were never there. So that is a little disclaimer about that. Continuing on with this Jo Malone perfume video. So I do have my coffee, of course. I have in here just an iced coffee with a splash of almond milk. And it's quite delectable, I will say. I have my candle going in the back, Baltic Amber by Voluspa. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. But yeah, let's get started with this video. So for my perfumes, I do have 2 of these minis, which I just sold one of them on Mercari, so I'm gonna go ahead and package that after this video. I have 2 of these, I think these are like the 1 ounce bottles. I have 2 of these, and then I have 2 of the full-size bottles, which is like 3.4 ounces, and then I do have one of the little like mid-size ones. So Jo Malone is a house that there's a lot of criticism behind the house because allegedly they don't last long, or maybe not allegedly, but infamously they don't last long for the price point. But you know, there's been people I don't care what anyone says, these perfumes don't last unless it's the Intense line. They don't last, and that is okay. But there is a lot of defending of the perfumes, or there's a lot of defense of the perfumes that go like so. So they are supposed to mimic like a very fresh, skin scents. I believe it's like the lowest percentage of perfume oil, like concentrate, that is inside of these. So it's like a cologne. It's not a parfum or a toilette. It's a cologne. So with that, it means that I guess it is the lowest amount of perfume, like oil concentrate inside of it. So that's why it doesn't last long. But the perfume line is about feeling fresh and feeling like your skin smells good but better. It's like your natural skin but better. They smell so beautiful. I have yet to come across other perfumes that smell like this. So like dupes, I have yet to come across them because I just have not. I'm sorry also if I'm a little choppy and like I feel like I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't prep this video at all and I just finished class. I'm a little scatterbrained. We finished class early and I got home and I really didn't have anything to do. My husband was gone and so I didn't have to cook for him. I finished reading a lot of my books. I don't really, I could go to the store but I have nothing to buy. So I decided, and then I wanted to do like a fashion related video, but I did want to order a clothes rack beforehand. So yeah, I apologize if I am a little scatterbrained. I didn't prepare for this video. Okay, I guess I will start off with my little minis. One of these minis is actually the very first mini that I purchased. It's the English Pear and Freesia. And to me, this smells so springy and so like fresh. It smells really springy and really fresh and very sweet, and it smells like a bouquet of flowers. Like this smells, I've never actually smelled a freesia plant before, but I'm assuming this is what a bouquet of fresh flowers, fresh freesias would smell like, and it smells so good, so sweet. And I'm actually surprised in myself why I never bought a full size of this, and I think it was because I was intimidated by the price point. But you know, eventually I just made the leap and I ended up buying one. And let's go over the notes. So the top notes, and I also will have the notes like somewhere up here, but the top notes are pear and melon, the middle notes are freesia and rose, and then the base notes are musk, patchouli, rhubarb, and amber. And I will say I do smell the rose. From all the other perfumes that I have, this one, it does last a little bit longer, like significantly longer on your skin. And I could really imagine myself buying like the bath oil version of it, like body wash, or like a candle. You know, this, it smells really good, but sometimes I do regret buying a bigger version of it, only because to me this smells like a body product. It smells like a lotion or like a body oil. Not necessarily a perfume. So I do kind of regret buying like the bigger version of it, but I think I will still keep my 1 ouncer and use it up. And also I will note that these bottles are 0.3 fluid ounces. So they're tiny, or 9 milliliters. And then they are a little spray. So it's not a roller ball. And it's not like a dabber. It's really nice to have these, I will say. Even if I'm not crazy about the fragrance, it is nice to have these because it makes really easy application throughout the day if you just throw it in your purse. Next mini that I have is Red Roses cologne, and I actually had 2 of these and I just sold one on Myrrrr and I listed the other one up. The notes of this is just lemon mint, rose violet, and beeswax, and I actually don't like this at all. That's one of the reasons I decided to put these up on Myrrrr. I'm not a big rose person, especially this. I just don't like it. It smells really like artificial and kind of like too green, rosy. I like a jammy rose or a candied rose, like Angel Nova, or like Carolina Herrera, the Very Good Girl, the Red Shoe. You know, I love those. I love me a jammy rose, but this one is like a very fresh green rose, and I do see that trend with a lot of the Jo Malone like floral perfumes, is that they're very green, like the blackberry and bay. It's like a green blackberry leaf, and it smells fantastic, by the way. But yeah, I didn't like the Red Roses one. I think it was too green. If you like spring green, perfumes, kind of like the Gucci Bamboo, kind of those kinds of vibes. If you like green and earthy, then you will like the Red Rose. Is it Red Rose? The Red Roses Jo Malone perfume, but I personally didn't. Like I said, I'm selling it, so I'm not going to spray it. So those are my 2 little bottles. Moving on to my 1 ounce bottles. And fun fact, one of these was actually purchased for me, but I gave it to my husband and told him it was an early Christmas gift because I didn't need I didn't need the 1 ounce bottle because I had the bigger bottle version of it. So I didn't really need this one, but I did end up giving it to my husband. And it is the Wood Sage and Sea Salt. So this is extremely unisex in my opinion. Some people might say it's very masculine. Some people might say it's very feminine. I think this leans more so a light unisex, and by that I mean it's a very light and ozonic, very like sea salty cologne. And I do see a very like kind and soft man wearing this cologne, kind of like my husband. He's very sweet and kind and very like nature driven and very earthy. So this, but in a nice way, you know, not hunting out here or anything, but this really goes very, very well with his skin chemistry. This on him smells slightly sweet, and when I smell it on him, it's very sweet and it's almost like it's amplified by his kindness, if that makes sense. Versus on me, this smells so cold, but I don't mind it. I really like that, and it's like fresh and refreshing and like a little bit sweet, but more so cold. But this smells so good. It smells a little musky, and I do smell like an ocean breeze, a little bit of salt in there. It smells so wonderful, and I have not found a dupe for this at all. So the notes of this perfume are sea salt, sage, grapefruit, musk, mallow, and seaweed. And I do smell the musk and the seaweed, and I think that's what I smell most. With a little bit of sage. Oh my goodness, this, I would spray this on myself, but I'm actually wearing something else right now, and I'm gonna respray in a minute. But this is fantastic. You know, if you are a woman who wants to smell like a cleaner version of yourself, kind of like honestly, I would say this is sexy. I would say this is a very fresh sexy, but not like spicy in your nose. You know, there's those fresh sexy scents out there that are very patchouli, very like spicy and a little like bitter on your nose. This is like a soft version of that. So this is like a soft, sexy, very fresh, very like salty. It's a really nice like ozonic smell, and this works for a male or a female and everything in between. It's a really fantastic, and yeah, I would continue to repurchase that. You know, the only thing is that I wish it lasted longer. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, even if it was a little bit. I think right now it only lasts about like an hour and a half, 2 hours max on my skin, which is really sad, but it is enough for my classes. You know, I go to class in the morning and it lasts like 3-4 hours, which is fine for that time. But if it's a really, really hot day and you're a really sweaty individual, you're gonna like sweat out that perfume. You know, like you're not gonna have anything left by the time you get home. And then for my second 1 ouncer bottle, and this is the English Pear and Freesia, and this is the one that I said I kind of regret purchasing, only because I don't like it so much. I didn't like it enough to buy a 1 ounce bottle of it. So yeah, I'm a little confused as to why I bought this 1 ounce bottle. If I could go back in time and get a different scent that I would purchase in a bigger bottle, it would be the Blackberry and Bay, because that one, I smelled it at the store and it was between that one and this one, and I really wish I would have gotten the other one. But like I said, nothing wrong with this one. It smells really delicious, but it smells like a body product to me. So a really luxe body cream, body lotion, or like bubble bath. It smells really luxe. Or you could even like spray this in your pillows if it wasn't so expensive, but I'm not going to be doing that. But yeah, really good stuff. You know, this is good for like a young woman. Anything from like high school to like in your 20s. This is a really good scent, but I cannot see myself buying this past 30 in my opinion. Um, yeah, but I would have this as a lotion in my 30s and onward. You know, I would have this as a, if I was like making six figures and I was rich, I would have like body lotions and body oils of this left and right, but regardless of age, but you know, not right now. Now, moving on to my big boys. Actually, no, I will save the big mama jamas for last. Right now, let's go over this one. I don't know what size this is. This is like a mid-size. So I got this at Nordstrom. Moving on to my 1.7 bottle, and it is the only intense bottle that I have. And this is the Jo Malone Myrrrh and Tonka. Oh my god. So the very first time I smelled this, I hated it. I thought it tasted. I thought it smelled so pungent. I thought it smelled so pungent and it was so like strong, and it's that kind of smell that you taste. Like it's so strong and it pierces your nose hair. It goes straight through your nose hairs, straight through your orifices and like into your tongue. It was that kind of feeling and I wasn't for it when I sprayed it on myself. I had a little sample. I'm so sorry. So I had a little sample and that's the one that I sprayed on myself and I thought it was way too strong and I hated it. But I didn't scrub it off. I usually don't scrub off perfumes. I think the only perfume I was absolutely disgusted with was Calvin Klein Obsession. It's like the little like dark brown red bottle. Disgusting, in my opinion. Found myself smelling this beautiful aroma and this beautiful, very sexy and dark, very like sweet, a little like chocolatey kind of smell. And it was this that I had sprayed on myself. And I have it on today with another one. So I do layer this with almost all of the other fragrances that I have because this turns any cologne, any perfume that you have, if you layer this with it, it turns it really dark and sexy and mysterious. And oh my god, like I'm gonna spray just one spray. Okay. Oh my goodness. It smells so dark and so sexy. It's so sweet because of the tonka. It's a little nutty. Let's go, and a little ambery, a little vanilla, a little like woody. So the notes to this is lavender, myrrh. I don't know what myrrh is, but there's a photo of like some resin. So I'm assuming it's like resiny. And I'm assuming that's why it's like ambery. Tonka bean, vanilla, and almond. Let me just say that you smell every single note in this perfume. You smell the vanilla, you smell the lavender, the myrrh, the tonka, the almond. You literally smell all of that in here. And it smells so delicious. This is unisex, so I could smell this on a man. And I think the only reason I could get away with wearing it too is because I do have a very like masculine disposition where, you know, I'm pretty like rugged. I might look very like sweet and I might come off sweet like on camera, but in my real life, if you know me in my real life, you know that I'm really like cold and I have a really like manly, very rugged disposition. And so this suits me. I've had people at work tell me that this suits me, but it smells a little too masculine on them. But it's because they're very like sweet women who are kind and the opposite of me, basically. And you might think that I'm like really savage on myself, but it's the truth. I know myself. But yeah, this is just so freaking good. And this will last forever. This will last 12 hours plus. Like, I could smell this the next morning. If I put this on a shirt, if I put it on my skin and don't like wash that part of my skin, like this will last forever. And you don't even need the big bottle of it. I would say stick to this 1.7 ounce bottle or 1.3, whatever size it is. Stick with this one and it will last you forever because you just need like 1 or 2 spritz and that's it. And now moving on to my two big bottles, my two big mama jamas. Very first one I'm gonna go over is the Wood Sage and Sea Salt. So I love this perfume. I absolutely love it. And one of the reasons I got it was because of Rachel Steed on YouTube. She doesn't make YouTube videos anymore, but she was a very like luxe, kind of like very chic, artistic, really like down to earth girl with amazing fashion sense on YouTube. She stopped making videos about like 2 years ago. But anyways, I had heard of this. I think the very first time I heard of Jo Malone was through her, and she did have this perfume, and I loved her. She sold me on pretty much everything, and this does remind me of her, but also it's so amazing. And now that my husband wears it too, so he and I do wear the same cologne. We don't necessarily wear it at the same time, but yeah, it smells so different on both of us, and it's so fascinating how different a perfume can smell depending on your body chemistry. So like I said, on me it smells a little cold. I have layered this with my Myrrrh and Tonka, and it does make it a little more masculine because both of these are a little masculine, and together it does smell like a traditional men's cologne, which could be a vibe sometimes, but for the most part, I tend to wear this alone, or I do layer it with another one. And one thing about the Jo Malone perfumes that I really enjoy is that you could wear them year round. So, you know, there's obviously perfumes and toilettes and body sprays that you only wear a certain time of year, or they're only available a certain time of year, such as like Bath and Body Works. But the best part about Jo Malone is that you could wear them year round. You could layer them together to make them more sweet and more spicy, or you could layer them together to smell a little fresher and a little cleaner, a little greener, you know. But I think that's part of the appeal of the fragrances, besides the fact that the bottles are absolutely beautiful. I mean, like, look at these bottles. Gorgeous. They look beautiful like on your vanity, in your bathroom. I do use my two big ones as decoration. But yeah, the best part about it is that you could wear them year round, and it makes the price worth it. Honestly, I have, like, there are times when I smell another perfume, like not Jo Malone, but I smell another perfume and I think it smells really amazing, but I don't buy it because I'm like, well, I could just wear my Jo Malone. So moving on to my very last Jo Malone perfume, and this is one, I don't know if this is my favorite. This is not my favorite alone, but it is my favorite being layered. And it is this one. This is the Jo Malone Mimosa and Cardomom. This perfume, immaculate. This perfume is so incredible. It's so powdery and so sweet. Like, the fact that I spent 26 years of my life not having this perfume, I don't even know when it came out, but the fact that I spent my whole life not knowing about this perfume, I'm disgusted. But this smells like mimosa. And mimosa is a flower, by the way. It's not like the drink. I mean, it is a drink, but this is not the scent of the drink. This is the flowers. And it is so nostalgic to me. And it smells so powdery. If you ever touch a flower petal, like mimosa, or like there's like a specific kind of flower petal that you touch it, and then you smell your fingers and it smells like green and powdery. This is that. This is that with a little bit of like the cardamom spice, and then the tonka bean, which is the three like ingredients that this perfume has, and it smells incredible. And this is what I am wearing today, layered with the Jo Malone Myrrh and Tonka. That's why earlier I didn't want to spray with sage and sea salt, which in my opinion is one of my absolute favorites, because I was wearing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. It smells so freaking good. It smells so incredible. It smells like extra sweet, extra nutty, extra fall. So it's definitely a perfume that I'm going to be wearing all fall long, and all season long. I might do a video on what perfumes and what perfume combinations I'm going to be wearing this fall and winter, but That's definitely a really good one. So it's very powdery. It's not like cardamom. It's not like the cardamom in here. It's not a toasted cardamom. Like it's not the kind of cardamom you get that's already ground and you put it over your coffee. You know, it's not that kind of vibes. It's more like a very crisp and green, very like, it's like if you snap open a cardamom pod and it smells like that. Like that's what this smells like. It's not like toasted or anything. It's a very fresh cardamom straight from the plant. And then mixed with the mimosa, the powdery mimosa, and then mixed with the sweet nuttiness of the tonka. It's incredible. It's, when I first smelled it, I thought it was really soapy and I wasn't that crazy about it, but over time it completely won my heart over, and I'm so thankful that it's a part of my collection. So that is all for my Jo Malone perfume collection. Up next in my collection, I really want to add the Blackberry and Bay. I have smelled other Jo Malone perfumes, like I've smelled the Orange Blossom. I actually have a sample of it. I've smelled the Orange Blossom, and then like the nectar, what was it? It's like the nectarine and honey. I've smelled both of those. I actually wasn't crazy about them, and I love Orange Blossom, but I would be interested to see if they have like a neroli scent. I love neroli. I want that new Prada perfume. Prada, what the fuck is it called? Prada Paradox. I really want that one. I want it so bad. But I did, you know, I've been buying a lot of perfumes, and a girl can only do so much, you know. Up next on my list of perfumes that I want, I do want the Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay full size. I don't know if they have a neroli. I wish they did. Also want the fig and lotus flower. Oh my goodness, I love figs. At my school there's actually like a bunch of fig trees, and it smells really good when I step on them, and you just smell the yummy figs to die. Anyways, there's a lot of other perfumes that I want, so I'm probably gonna make like a perfume wish list kind of video maybe soon. Anyways, that's all from this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what's your favorite Jo Malone perfume. Let me know which ones you have, which ones you like and dislike, which ones you want. This video is all about Jo Malone, so I want you in the comments to tell me everything about Jo Malone and your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and I will see everyone next week. Bye!